What's going on, everybody? It's your boy PTK BLAM back in the building on this beautiful Saturday afternoon with another live podcast. And yes, we are lit. It is a Shop Podcast, episode 73 live. Hope you guys brought your cup of tea. Hope you guys brought whatever you're drinking and a chair. Pull up. Let's talk video games. But I got two great guys with me. So let's introduce them first. So let's go ahead and get to the boy Jarhead, the long running veteran. How you doing today, Jar?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be back as always. Just enjoying the nice little rain out here.
Nice. Yes. Jar in the building. And then we got the up and coming Fuzzy. Shout yourself out, Fuzzy.
Thank you, guys. Glad to be here as well. Just up here playing Vampire for the past couple of hours.
Nice. Vegging out on the Vampire, man. How is that game, by the way? You enjoying it so far?
It's pretty good. It's a little bit slower than like your normal open world type of game. It's more of like narrow roads or narrow alleyways and things like that. So you don't get to explore as much as I would like, but
yeah,
it's still pretty interesting. Although I'm trying to do all the side missions, and it leads to a lot of questions. But with all of that, it's still pretty fun. It's not going to be a Witcher or like a Assassin's Creed Origins, but it's definitely fun.
Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that as long as it's fun, man. So let's go ahead and dive in. This is your first time here, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. Show some support. Share the video with any gamer you know, man. Let's dive right the fuck in. And yes, the chat is live, guys, as it always is. So let me know down in the chat if you have any questions. Just say hello to everybody in the chat, guys. Let's keep this thing rolling, guys. Bring more people. Share the video. Share the link too. It is on Twitter, and follow me at PTK BLAM. Let's dive right in. So the first thing, if you're reading the title of the video, or the podcast, I should say, we're talking Anthem 4K on Xbox One X. So I want you guys' opinion on, I just saw the video today, the 19-minute long footage, and me and Jar were kind of talking about this, and it looks amazing. So I wanted you guys' opinion on what do you guys think. So we're going to start with you, Fuzzy. Did you get to see the footage, first of all?
Oh, for Anthem?
Yeah.
I didn't see the most recent stuff, but I've been looking forward to that game ever since they first showed like the first E3 trailer last year. So I'm anxious to see what they showed now. But if it's anything like some of the gifs I've seen on Twitter, where it's like the explosions against the like one of the like spider type creatures, it looks amazing. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, you got to see that new footage. You got to see that new footage, man. It looks incredible.
They go into depth. They basically do a mission, and they go into a lot of depth. It's pretty cool.
Did it exceed you guys' expectations? Because I know when I first saw it, first of all, I think it looked slightly better than what they showed us at E3. And I think that I told Jar that I was surprised that it wasn't even really graphically, because I knew it was going to be good. Just from the first time we saw it, I knew it was going to be great. But really just from the complexity of the game, was a little bit more layers to it than I thought. Me and Jar were talking about this, the RPG elements, the different classes, along with the different loadouts, along with the different, just things you can really take into battle. That's really a lot more RPG-ish than I would have expected from that kind of game. So was that something that surprised you guys too when you guys saw it?
Wow. Yeah, go ahead, Fuzzy.
No, I've been looking at like the 4 different classes that they have for the suits and stuff like that. It seems like you're going to have a mix of a heavy, like a good mid-range, a lightweight one that's going to be pretty much like a fast mover type of deal, and then you have, I guess, the one that's more of like not really magic, but it's more of like different energy as far as the powering of the suit and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that one, they're keeping that one under wraps. Actually, they still won't give any details on that one.
On that fourth one, that fourth class.
Yeah, which is crazy. They basically compare. Well, the community is comparing it to
Warlock.
Pretty much, yeah. But BioWare is keeping the wrap. They won't say much on it on purpose because they said they basically don't want to show it yet.
Wow. Okay.
So it's
that's understandable. Why would you hold off on a class?
I have no idea. So
they either about that class.
It could still be a work in progress as far as maybe the abilities, or maybe they got some badass shit that they're about to drop on people.
That's true.
They don't want to ruin.
Yeah.
It could be. You think it'd be as like some type of like if you reveal the class, you're gonna reveal some huge part of the game that you weren't supposed to know about, or
That could be
something like that.
That's a good point. That could be the
Because I mean,
case.
the game does have a story. There's a story, so it's not like the game
Yes.
doesn't have a campaign. It does have a single player game, and there's a storyline to follow. I assume just based on the cutscenes and things we've seen. So, but I don't know, man. Graphically, the game looks fucking phenomenal. It's right up there, right on par. Dare I say, God of War, and God of War was phenomenal looking. I mean, maybe not quite that photorealistic, but I'm just talking to just quality. From organics, the way the scenery looked, from effects. I even like the little cheesy ass. Some people were complaining about the damage that pops up on the screen. It's kind of bulky and it kind of pop like it's kind of comicky. How when you do damage, the numbers pop on the screen. But I think that's kind of cool.
I
Call
like
me
to see
cheesy,
that.
but I like that. Like I kind of and they do have settings you can change it to where it's opaque. You can see through it. The size of the actual numbers are small, so you can kind of play around with it, or you can turn them off completely if you don't want them. So,
I like it. I like the counter.
Yeah, I think that shit's pretty dope. I like it too. I don't know, call me cheesy, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah, knowing how much damage I'm dealing to the enemy is a good thing. I mean, otherwise you're going to have like a big bar over their head type of thing where it just shows the bar going down. I'd rather just see the numbers.
Yeah.
It may not be, I guess photorealistic type of measure, but it'll give you a good idea. Okay, is this rocket launcher doing what it needs to do, or is it better to go with a different weapon type of thing?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. And that's what me and Jar were talking about, that RPG aspect, and that's another thing. That's a subtle aspect, but it just shed some light on where the direction they were going with the game as far as like their influences. Because a lot of people were, coming off E3 last year when they showed it, everybody was Destiny, 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 Destiny. But it seems to me it's trying to separate itself from Destiny, because Destiny, as great as Destiny is, it's not really that complex. I mean, you got weapons, you got factions, you got enemies, who also are factions, and it kind of follows this real, lengthy storyline. This seems to have a little bit more complexity in game. Destiny, you get a weapon. Okay, I got this great weapon, but I already know, or I have a general idea on what's going to work generally going into like any type of gunfight. You can literally have 2 or 3 different weapons. That's your main loadout. You don't have to. This game seems to be you can tackle things at more different angles, and you don't really have to go on with the same loadout every time. Kind of play around with it. So I think that's cool. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Well, the one thing I saw before that I think they kind of borrowed from Mass Effect Andromeda, or maybe Mass Effect as far as the whole series, was like the combination where you could like do maybe like an ice weapon or something to freeze them in place, and then hit them with like a
the team.
weapon.
It's like a team thing. It's like a team like because he froze him. Then he did his I want to call it a super, but the little rocket launcher thing, and it blew him up. So it's kind of a team. I like that too. That's pretty fucking dope. You can kind of help each other out that way. You guys can affect the way the battle kind of flows like that. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Cool, man. So great opening topic. Once again, guys, if this is your first time watching, please hit that subscribe button, guys. Your boy's trying to hit the 1,500 subscribers. Please help me out. Share the video. If you guys like the content too, man. Also, just stop through, say hi in the chat. The chat is live, guys. Let's talk in there. Let me know if you guys have any questions, because we will answer those questions probably a little bit later on in the show. We like to do that towards the end of the show. But anyway, moving on to the next topic, man. This is gonna be a good one, man. So we're talking battle royale fatigue, man. So that's kind of been a catchphrase. Coming off of E3, the joke was every goddamn game had battle royale. You saw it in the chats on Twitch. You saw it in the chats on Mixer if you were watching E3, anybody's E3. Every game, Star Wars, Battle Royale, Last of Us, Battle Royale, fucking everything going crazy. And so do you guys think this, it almost feels like that, I don't know if you guys are, the chat, you guys probably aren't old enough, most of you guys, but if you guys remember that .com bubble in the 90s, where everybody had a .com and, all these companies were blowing up. Maybe I'm old as fuck. I could be. And I'm just revealing my age here, but it feels to me like there's this necessity to have the battle royale mode in just about any game, or turn a game into a battle royale that maybe didn't intend to be battle royale. So do you guys think that that's going to continue? Will Fortnite, PUBG kind of just reign, and then a lot of these other games that are starting off on Battle Royale aren't going to succeed, or do you guys think this snowball is just going to continue to roll? So we're going to start with you on this one, Jaria, because we were talking about this before the show.
Honestly, unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna go anytime soon, man. There's way too much money to be made up for that shit, and a lot of people, what I'm always complaining that I don't have time to sit down and game like I used to. That applies to a lot of people, and a lot of people, what they want to do is basically on their lunch break, just quick pickup game, bam, bam, done. And especially the Switch now being able to support these games. No, they don't look as good, but it runs good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, I got tired of this shit after Fortnite, dude. To be honest with you, like I have PUBG. I haven't played it yet.
I have it too.
You know what I mean?
And I played like 2 games. Shout out to my boy Fred. My boy Fred gifted that to me. And, I played a couple of games in it so far, man. Shout out to the boy Fred. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. So I think as much as I hate to admit it, Call of Duty is gonna dictate where it's gonna go. If Call of Duty bombs and fucks it up,
Call of Duty has Battle Royale mode. Wow.
Because people, everybody, Fortnite. Well, Call of Duty has a cult following, almost Halo-like. So honestly, Call of Duty is gonna be the catalyst.
You think so?
I think so.
You think Call of Duty is gonna make or break this Battle Royale thing? Because I honestly don't think that Call of Duty's version of Battle Royale is gonna be what we've come to know from Battle Royale. I don't think it's gonna be that. I don't think it's gonna be 50 on 50. I don't think.
Well, the way they explain it's supposed to be some massive shit. The way I see it is Call of Duty is still Call of Duty. People, I mean, even when Call of Duty, quote unquote, has a bad game or a bad year, if you want to call it, they still sell 300 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So honestly, if Call of Duty fucks it up and this thing sucks, then I think after that, everybody's gonna be like, maybe we have too many of these fucking games. Let me move on.
I don't know.
Could be a long shot, but I think it's gonna be on Call of Duty because the Battlefield people don't give a fuck about that. The Battlefield has it just because Call of Duty has it.
Oh, Battlefield's massive already. Battlefield, I mean, the battles are already like Battle Royale-ish. You got 32 on 32 or 16 on 16.
But for whatever reason, they specifically have Battle Royale. Why? Because Call of Duty has it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Battlefield didn't need that shit. Battlefield already has epic game modes, the best around. But I think Call of Duty is going to dictate where it's going to go for the next year, to be honest with you. Because, people talk shit about Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is still Call of Duty, and they move the damn numbers.
That's
Simple
true.
As that.
That's true. They do. So what do you think, Fuzzy?
I definitely agree, because I was kind of waiting to see what Call of Duty and even Battlefield's Battle Royale modes were going to do, and if that would just finally put the nail in the coffin of the whole genre. But I think what's going to wind up happening once those games come out, people are going to get a little bit tired of Battle Royale, and then games like Fortnite and PUBG are going to have to evolve to some extent. Like I can totally see PUBG doing a 50 versus 50. I think Fortnite has already tried the 50 versus 50 as a mode.
Yeah, they have.
But I could also see them, especially if they're going to do more maps, maybe some smaller maps that they could just do for like quick combat type of thing, almost like a four groups of 4 or something like that, just for quicker matches. And I think that will be the evolve or evolution of PUBG and Fortnite, while the others go to this Battle Royale and then just basically wear everybody out.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that happening, man. I don't know about you guys' expectations. And chat, let me know, guys. What do you guys think about? Do you guys think this Call of Duty Battlefield Battle Royale are going to really dictate where that genre goes? Be it the fact that we already got pretty much 2 juggernauts in PUBG and Fortnite are pretty much at the head of that. And I kind of want to bring up, I don't know if you played it, Fuzzy, but it's called the Darwin Project. And if you guys know from last year at E3, they showed a trailer of it. We didn't really know what kind of game it was going to be at the time. It is out now, right in game previews. You guys can go. It's called the Darwin Project. Download it. It is a Battle Royale game. And the only reason I'm telling you to download it because I want you to give it a try. That's about it. So download it, play it. Just want to see how it is. I played a couple matches of it. It's pretty good. It actually runs really good for an actual beta. A lot better than I would have thought at this point. But I'm not, like I said before, just test it out on your own. There's a couple different game modes you can play. Go try it. I mean, I think it plays a little bit more like PUBG than Fortnite, but I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So test it out. But anyway, moving on to the next topic here, man. So what we're gonna be talking about next? We got. So you talked about this, Jar, and you brought this up. If you guys aren't following Jarhead on Twitter, what is it? Jarhead 2001 still? Is it
Yeah.
Jarhead?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still the
Jarhead
same.
2001 on Twitter. This guy always gives good insight on games. If he's really knowledgeable, man, so follow him. But he brought up this question earlier about we were talking about Near Automata and games like Crash that are really PlayStation exclusive game or started out that way, and then they ended up being or evolution to Xbox platform, and they were well received. So I want to talk about that a little bit, chat. Once again, these questions are not just for these guys here, but everybody also watching too. So let us know in the chat what you guys think. But we'll start with you, Fuzzy, on this one. How do you think? Did you expect those games to be, well received as they are? Because my timeline, I've been seeing Near Automata screenshots like crazy, and that has me interested in the game. I'm trying to jump in giveaways to get the game. I didn't enter 3 or 4 giveaways for Near Automata to try and get the game. So, what do you think? You think that's something that we'll see a little bit more of?
I do think we'll see more of it because I think the testing ground was Monster World Hunter. Like it wasn't an exact game where it was exclusive on one console, but it was one of those games that a lot of people didn't think would do well on Xbox.
I'm so mad I didn't buy that game, bro. My wife told me to buy it, bro. I was literally on the purchase screen. She's like, "Oh, go ahead and buy it, babe." And she walked off, went to the kitchen and everything. I don't know what the hell happened, but I never got around to buying it. I never pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah.
I had the whole day to fucking buy it. She told me to buy it. I just spaced it. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I do want to get that game. I'm probably gonna be jumping in super fucking late. Everybody's probably gonna beat the game to death, but I'm really interested in that game. But go ahead and continue. I don't want to hijack what you were saying.
No. That's one of those games. When I was talking about my backlog earlier, that's one that's on the backlog. The main reason why I bought it is because me being a fan of the Division, they have like inserts for the gear sets that you use when you fight the monsters and things, so you can level up or add different buffs to your gear. So that's kind of where the Division got some of its input from, and that was a selling feature for me right off the bat. But after seeing how well that game did, and the fact that when Hellblade came over, it did well, I'm not really surprised that Nier is doing well. Crash, considering a lot of people grew up playing Crash on PlayStation 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure there's quite a few Xbox fans that had PlayStation 1s and stuff like that were like, you know what, I'll just get it when it comes on the Xbox, as opposed to for those that may not have the means to get a PlayStation 4 as well. I definitely am enthused to see how well these games are doing, because if you look at the console war tweets on Twitter right now, it's like, oh yeah, Xbox dudes will never play that. No, it's a waste of time. These devs are going to learn. It's like, no, it's like games are games. It doesn't matter what the origin is of the game. As long as it's a fun game or a good game and it's challenging, people are going to pick it up. And if it's a good game quality wise, a lot of people are going to pick it up and it's going to do well. So,
yeah, no, for sure. So what do you think, Jar?
Well, pretty much what Fuzzy said, and hopefully, I mean, it's obviously a good thing. And like Fuzzy said, it's again the usual suspects are basically, well, I thought you didn't like that jab crap. Like, dude, don't put words in people's mouth. Number two, just be glad they're playing apparently the game that you liked on your preferred system. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? But hopefully, this would eliminate the issue that we've been having with these foreign games for whatever reason. I'm a huge Japanese game fan. Like, I like anime, I like all that shit. But this would eliminate the fact that they don't make them on Xbox, not because they have an exclusive deal, just because Sony is Japanese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully, because to be honest with you, there's probably no reason why Nier wasn't on Xbox. There's no reason why even Bloodborne, that game could have came to the Xbox, but it's the whole stigma like, oh, it won't sell on the Xbox. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, I believe that.
And the whole thing with Crash, that was an exclusive deal, of course, on like Xbox. Nobody knew that, because when it comes on PlayStation, it's only PlayStation only forever and ever. You know what I mean? Nobody questions that. But you can see what they did with Spyro. Now it's coming on every system from day one.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the trend, and which is a good thing because it's like, if you can come out of more systems, why the hell not? You know what I mean? Now, if you have an exclusive deal, if Sony paid for the game, hey, power to them. That's different. But if the only other reason is because you're just assuming that it won't sell, it's like, wait a minute, man. Are you in this business to make money or to assume?
Yeah.
So,
No, for sure. No, for sure. I think it's a great trend too. I think it's something that's going to continue to happen across all boundaries. Essentially, at some point, I think it's going to happen. I think it's just a great thing that they're doing. I mean, these are diverse games. These are the kind of games that you want on your platform. I don't care what platform you stand behind. We both. I'm an Xbox guy through and through, and I'll be the first person to admit it. I bleed green. But at the end of the day, as far as variety and diversity goes, man, we want that. We need that on every console. Every console owner wants to play a particular game. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like Jar said, if you have an exclusive deal, you pay for the game. You just got to put up with it. You got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the standpoints. I can't have God of War if I don't have a PlayStation.
Exactly.
So
and I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I can't have Last of Us if I don't have I don't have a PlayStation. So if I want those experiences, I have to play there. But everything else, man, why not just spread the wealth? You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that these companies are doing that. And it's crazy how fucking this generation is flip flop. Nintendo's had a generation and a generation and a generation. You really just think about it. Just seriously, think about it. That you start, the ass end of the Wii U. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much kill the Wii U off just deliberately. You kill the Wii U off on purpose. You cut your arm off. Like, fuck it. Seppuku. This arm straight off. You know what I'm saying? Fucking cut your arm off. You get rid of the Wii U halfway through. It's like, what was it, 3 years in, 4 years in at that point? For the
pretty
Wii U?
much.
Like
less than 5 years. It was pretty much dead.
5 years in, you just cut it out. And you pretty much throw the Switch at everybody. With a great gimmick, a great idea. I don't want to say a gimmick because it's far more than a gimmick. It actually works, and it's actually a great platform. So I don't want to disrespect it by saying gimmick, but the idea is great. Once again, you do something that nobody else is doing. Once again, Nintendo kind of drove by the fork in the road and went straight. It didn't really take its own, didn't really take a path, but it worked out. Essentially, the console selling fantastic. We're starting to see more ports on it. I don't know. It's just. I like the idea that these things are coming together, and like I said, they had a generation within themselves, and they were able to bounce back from that. And then now they seem to have changed. With I think who passed Iwata. I think Iwata passed away. I think he was the one who passed away.
I believe so.
The company's idea and openness now seems to be different because Nintendo was the one who kind of just did its own thing, kind of off in the corner, and they didn't really follow the beaten path. Now with this whole crossplay and them being more accepting. Remember, just last 2 years ago, 3 years ago, these people would barely let anybody over 18 play their damn console. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You had to you know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. They would no voice chat because they wanted to protect the kids, quote unquote, all kind of crazy stuff. Now they're doing crossplay with Xbox for Fortnite. They're doing Minecraft. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. How that changed in a couple years. So
well, to add to that, I think, and I was thinking to myself about, I think Nintendo is embracing being the six men on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They sure as hell can't compete with Sony and Microsoft when it comes to, power, graphics, online features, and none of that shit. But I think they're perfectly happy with just being, all right, we'll be that secondary console. We'll be, that take me anywhere console, like the whole thing with Fortnite. That is a great move for them. You know how many people just bought a Switch just to play Fortnite when they're out and about?
Yeah, crazy.
And the fact that they can bring their shit over, or at least if you're on another platform, you can bring your shit over. And I think that's the smartest thing they can do, because I don't care what anybody says. I get it. Mario, Zelda, all that good shit. I get it. But let's be honest, man. Nintendo has been getting away with selling you the same fucking game for the last goddamn 20 years. Seriously,
I knew that was coming.
You know what I'm saying? And it just pisses me off when people try to talk shit about, Forza Horizon and Gears. Like, Nintendo has been selling the same fucking 4 games, for the past 20 years. Like, other than that, they don't have shit. So the fact that games like Fortnite are coming over and shit, Warframe was just announced.
Yeah.
That's a big. That's a big
Yeah,
deal.
that's a huge deal. I don't know if it's gonna run, but I don't know how it's gonna run. But
It's running.
it's
They
running.
got a video.
Yeah, they got a video of it. So I mean, that's a huge feather in their cap for getting that game on their platform.
Hell yeah.
That's probably been the most consistent free to play game outside of fucking Fortnite. Honestly,
It's one of the
Warframe
ones
stuck
they've
around.
been. Yeah, they've been
For
doing
a
it for a
long
long
time. Yeah,
time.
they've been doing it for a long, and they've managed to keep that game relevant. It's grown. The expansions, everything, and it's grown, which is crazy. A lot of free to plays kind of fall by the wayside, but that's one of the ones that's been consistent that people actually look out for. I know there was a period of time where my neighbor, shout out to my boy Ice Knees, my neighbor was grinding hard for like fucking 3 months straight on Warframe, and he had me on that shit playing, and I never had even touched Warframe. He had me buying shit, spending actual money on the goddamn game, like for real. So, but no, I'd love to see that. On Nintendo, they finally opening up their eyes, saying, "Hey, we need to engage in some of these other. We need to step into put our fucking sandbox, or put our fucking bucket in the sandbox too. Get some of this user base out here with these other games." So I think that's a fucking great deal, man. So moving on to the next topic, man. So once again, if you're first time here, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at PTK BLAM, or at first name last name Darnay Reddick. So I'll go ahead and keep moving here with the topics, man. So hold on, let me open up my thing here, guys. So give me a second. All right. So I had actually posed a question on Twitter, and let me actually go ahead and find that too real quick, man. The poll is still going, so if you don't see the question, you can still find it up there. It's going for another, I believe, 6 days is what I said it to. If you guys saw that, I think you guys saw that. If you didn't vote on it. But the question is, I like to do this too on the show, and this is specifically for you guys in the chat, man. So it was, what 2 video game characters could make the best mashup / crossover in a game? And so I picked 4 sets of 4 sets of 2 characters. I had Master Chief Samus crossover, Nathan Drake Lara Croft crossover game. I have Pikmin and Ori. Then I have Banjo Kazooie and Mario. So I'm asking you two guys, specifically Jarhead and Fuzzy. We're gonna start with you, Fuzzy, because I feel like you got your pick already ready. So go ahead, Fuzz. What you think, man?
That's a tough one. Man, I never really played Banjo and Kazooie, so I can't really go with them. But man, that's
Tell him I used to do this all the time, Jar.
Yeah, dude. Get used to this shit, man. He'll come up with some crazy ass fucking question. There was one, who you will kill, Kratos or Marcus Phoenix. I like, dude.
So yeah, it's on you, man. Pressure's on. And once again, chat, this is for you too. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you're here with us watching. What do you guys think of that question? It's also still up on my Twitter. Follow me there too. Go ahead and just let us know on Twitter too. Anyway, go ahead, Fuzzy. It's on you, man.
Let's see. What was it? What was the one with Master Chief again?
Samus.
Samus
from Metroid.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you
Samus, but I think from a mass appeal standpoint, unfortunately, it doesn't take a core character from Xbox. But I think if you had Nathan Drake and Lara Croft, I think that game in itself would do extremely well. But
you think so? Over a Samus Master Chief game?
It's only not. That's a tough one. I think it would, only because everybody would just go with the whole, like, I guess you could say almost like Indiana Jones kind of thing. I mean, Lara Croft is a movie as well, but it's like, I lean that way only because I think from a mass appeal standpoint, regardless of platform, I think that would do well. Now, Master Chief is going to appeal to a lot as well, and Samus, man, I think that would definitely get a lot more of the older gamers out there.
Mm-hmm.
The younger gamers might not really know other than Master Chief as much, but I think that from a broader standpoint, I think the Lara Croft one would probably be the winner.
So what you're saying is we're picking between a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. Is that what we're doing?
Pretty much. I mean,
Pretty
Okay.
much. It's gonna come down to taste.
I don't know.
that's
I like your logic though, Fuzzy. I like your logic because you're going full blown like really logical here. I didn't think you were going to take that route. I thought you'd be more. You're a little, you're a little older like me, so I thought you'd be more nostalgia would kind of be the kind of hanger here. But you went with the logical choice, like real world circumstance. So
I tried.
All right. So it's on you, Jar. It is on you, brother. Don't think you're gonna get away from the gauntlet, baby. You ain't going nowhere.
Man, I'm trying
It's on you. It is on you. It's on you guys too, viewers. Let us know in the chat what you guys think about this, and it's also on Twitter too. So go ahead and like that too, man. Let me know in the poll too what you guys think.
Google some stuff, man. I don't know. Let me see.
Over there asking Siri. She ain't gonna help.
Nah, man. I mean, for obvious reasons, I like to see Master Chief.
I know you.
That'll be the obvious choice. But honestly, man, I'll go with Banjo and Mario. I think they'll fit I think they'll fit, man, in the same realm. To be honest with you, I think it'll be a nice little mashup. To be honest with you, I go back to remember the Mario Galaxy on the Wii U, on the Wii. Yeah. That style with Banjo-Kazooie, I think I'll go with that because the Chief is too obvious, man. I'll definitely gravitate to that and Samus. So I'm trying to do something different. I will go with Mario, just because of the whole popularity with Spyro and Crash. Those games. There's a lot of hype, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Watching Crash, I haven't bought it yet, but watching that took me back. I used to play the hell out of those games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I will go with that. I know I just finished talking shit about Nintendo selling me the same Mario for 20 years, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. I'm just saying.
Really, Mario and Banjo? That's a left field. I didn't think you would go.
Because I'm thinking, it'll be cool, man. I think if someone could make a world almost like they do, like the Ratchet and Clank levels, but with Mario and Banjo, I think, man, they can do some shit with it.
That'd be crazy.
To be honest with you, you know what I mean? That level, level design.
Yeah, the more I think about that, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. And low key, I know this one really isn't getting any love because I just looked at the poll right now, but that Ori and Pikmin one would actually be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. Somehow, like Ori, and you can get them in the world of Pikmin. The double design with the Pikmin and how they got to work together and utilizing Ori's powers, I think that would be pretty dope, just from a like fucking fantasy standpoint, and just to think of like the world design, mix Ori with Pikmin. I don't know if you guys play Pikmin at all. You remember that for PlayStation? No, or Nintendo. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you don't,
with the little lemons following you,
the little lemon, that the little guy with the spacesuit.
Oh, that's a weird game.
Yeah, it's I don't know, but see, like I said, that may appeal to some of the older guys like myself. But anyway, so it's on me, and I don't think this is too hard, honestly. I mean, to me, the Chief to Samus, man, that's what I had to roll with, just because, just I don't know. I think first of all, he's been stuck with an AI girlfriend for the last 15 years, so it'd be the dynamic with him with an actual woman around. Would be kind of funny. He probably wouldn't say shit the whole game. He probably would have no dialogue.
Be weird as fuck.
Yeah, it'd be awkward silence. He say, "Hey, Master Chief, what are we doing?" Just complete silence. Nothing to say at all. It'd be the most fucking trollerific game ever created. It would be crazy. But I think the dynamic between the two, they're both strong characters. They're both literally, fucking carrying planets and shit and civilizations on their back like they're fates and shit. So, and her dynamic, you know what I'm saying, with his dynamic would be pretty cool. I don't know. I think it'd be a good crossover. It may not be. Realistically, you're probably right, Fuzzy, that the Lara Croft Nathan Drake would be bigger, like on a realistic scale. Just because people can relate to those characters. You got the Indiana Jones. People know who Tomb Raider is, stuff like that. Where Master Chief is huge. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think Samus is really as big. So yeah, I think that would work too. All of those fucking choices are crazy. Let's be honest. All those choices.
Yeah, honestly, you can't go wrong with them. To be honest with you,
yeah,
if done right.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of them actually. So all of those are fucking phenomenal. Once again, let us know in the chat, guys. Let us know. The chat is live here too. Share the link, guys. I am going to be retweeting it throughout the show randomly. Share that, guys. Bring everybody in here that you can grab, man. It's the best show on YouTube when it comes to this podcast thing, man. We don't play around. So let's go ahead and do just some rapid fire shit, man. What do you guys got in the cannon? You guys got anything loaded up? I know Fuzzy always got something on the dome. What about you, Jar?
Man, you got me. I had Warframe on the Switch because
So yeah,
people not
Warframe.
they're not making a big deal out of it yet. I'm waiting for an official maybe crossplay. And basically, like I was telling you offline, if they get that to crossplay with PC, Xbox, just like Fortnite, and you can bring your shit over, man, that's another big blow to a certain PR move in the defense force. To be honest with you, because then there won't be no more excuses. So I think that's a big deal. No one is making a big deal out of it for whatever reason, because people, Fortnite is the hot shit, but people forget Warframe has been around. It's one of the original free to play
Yeah.
games that has been successful, along
Yeah,
with
Fortnite's been around since was it last generation? The end of last generation?
Warframe. Yeah,
Yeah, it was on
and
a fucking three. Was not 360. It was on what, PlayStation
no,
3?
well, it
Or
started on the PlayStation, but they were pretty huge. They've been pretty huge on PC, but it didn't pick up on
yeah,
PlayStation that well. Then eventually made it to Xbox, but it's been alive. There's nothing, a shitload of updates all the time.
yeah. No, I
So
know. I downloaded that something of Albion, and that shit pretty much introduced an entirely new game
that's
to fucking
crazy.
Warframe. It changed the whole game around completely. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
So to me, people are not making a big deal out of it yet. They should, because that is a big game. Whether people want to pretend it's not, So that's what I got on that. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet. It got that summer lull, you know, that new system update for the Xbox is pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So what you got, Fuzzy? I know you got something off the dome you've been thinking about, man. You always cooking up over there.
Well, I've been trying to catch up on my backlog, and like Jarhead brought up with the new update where you can make groups. I've officially put my backlog into its own group, so I can basically stare at it and know that, all right, each day I'm going to try to chip away at least
You and me both, man.
at least one game a day.
I
Or
haven't gotten that update yet, but I did see it on Twitter. They did. I think it was either Jazz. Shout out Jazz, or if I'm wrong, it could be Maka. Shout out Maka. Either one. Somebody tweeted it out that the groups were live. I think it may have been Jazz. I'm pretty sure it was him. Could have been somebody else, but either way, I haven't gotten the update as far as I know. Then again, sometimes I get updates and I don't even pay attention, and I'll see a tweet like, "Wait a minute," and I go look. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. You guys have it already? You say you've been using it, Fuzzy?
Yeah, I got the update. I guess I did it either last night or the night before, and it only messed up one game, and that was Vampire. But I had to uninstall and reinstall it because somehow they had their own update, and it somehow corrupted the save. But after doing the uninstall and reinstall, everything worked fine. But it allows you to put the things in groups, so that way, if you want to have your X enhanced games in one little group. I mean, I think you can already filter it with the pins and stuff like that, or in the mass game file listing. But I wanted to at least try to look at like Shadow of War, and what's the other one that's another big one that I haven't even touched yet. I mean, there's a few that I've started, but I'm only at like 50%. Like on Wolfenstein, I'm at like halfway. I think the same thing on. What was the other one? Monster Hunter. And
I haven't even started that, man. I'm ashamed. I bought it and it's been sitting.
What?
Monster Hunter? I haven't, dude. I haven't even touched it. I think I just installed it. That's all I ever did.
Damn.
Yeah,
See, like I just told you guys when we were sitting in the damn thing, I bought it. My wife told me to buy it. I didn't buy it. Like when she told me to buy it, so I don't have it right now. So I've been jumping in giveaways trying to get it. Shout out to the boy Snoopy, by the way, running a giveaway. Holla at your boy.
For real.
No, for real. No, but yeah, that backlog is crazy, man. You realize at a certain point, right around this time of the year, because it's kind of the lull right after E3. You go through the summer months, the dog days of summer they call them. trying to chip away before the new season starts, because you get into September, October, shit starts picking up again. Games start coming out, everything starts releasing, and you're right back to square one at that point. I'm trying to manage the backlog, and the group thing makes it easier to keep your shit in order, at least. So it's ironic that the folder thing has been a joke for a long time. The Sony folder thing. And I'm not even really making a joke about it, but it's ironic that Xbox would introduce something similar to what they had been asking for, on the Sony side. So that's pretty fucking funny to me. But cool. So what I also wanted to ask you guys, and this is for the chat too. Once again, chat is live. Join us in here, guys. Share the link, please share the link, guys. But anyway, one thing I wanted to ask you two gentlemen is that I didn't really normally, how we watch E3 and we kind of give our opinions on the total overall shows, from Xbox to Sony to Nintendo, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. But what was there a letdown? What was you guys' biggest letdown from E3? Was it a game? Was it an event? Was it a expectation? I wanted to know, you guys, was there anything that didn't happen that you guys were like, fuck? Like, man, I wish it would have happened. Like, shit, this is a letdown. Anything?
Oh, I have a couple. I mean, I don't know if you want to let me go first.
Yeah, you might as well. You already got them in the chamber, locked and loaded. Go ahead. Ready to go.
The one that really pissed me off was Square Enix. This should have just been on the Sony stage. Like, all the fucking games were basically coming only to PlayStation. Yeah. Again, I'm not hating, but it's one of those things. Again, a lot of those games, they don't need to be exclusives. You know what I mean? Sony's not paying for that.
Yeah.
That was boring to me. Other than the Kingdom Hearts stuff that they showed, that was pretty cool. I wish that Dragon Quest would eventually make it to the Xbox. I'm a huge fan of that game. I used to play it back in the day. Nintendo was a joke. It was all about
Smash.
That. Yeah, pretty much. EA, a lot of people hated on EA, but I mean, still better than. I didn't like the Ubisoft shit, mainly because I got my hopes up for Splinter Cell.
Yep.
Yeah,
I knew it. We were all
that was my
all year.
Everybody, other than that, they were pretty predictable. The stuff about what's that game? That space game. Oh my god. The game, the sequel, Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah, it looks, whatever they're showing looks good, but that shit's not coming out for like 3 or 4 years. I'm sorry, you could tell.
It was just a cutscene, though, right? It was just like, it wasn't gameplay, right? It was
they showed some gameplay. They have shown little tech demos.
Okay,
but that shit is not running on any hardware. It's running on a souped up PC. You know what I mean?
I haven't really seen much gameplay from that game. I knew it was coming out.
It looks cool. The concept that they're talking about, they might as well make that thing an MMO, man, because they're talking about, you can have a spaceship within the galaxy and do all kinds. Anyways, cool concept. Thing is, that thing was, to me, they could have used that time to show Splinter Cell. Because Beyond Good and Evil is not coming out anytime soon. I don't care what anybody says.
You think that's a next gen game?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, dude. That thing is at least 2 years, minimum 2-3 years away. And and that thing has been in development hell for like over 10 years.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But my biggest one was Square Enix. It pissed me off because they didn't show. They could have literally just shown that in the Sony stage. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound bitter, but I am a little bit, because a lot of those games, like, damn, you could have came to Xbox.
Yeah.
And the more people, you know what I mean? But that's my personal pet peeve. But other than that, it was stupid. The show sucked.
All right. What about you, Fuzzy? What do you got? I think you got some a different outtake, maybe.
Well, Jar had mentioned the one game I was really hoping would be announced was Splinter Cell. I've been hearing that people have been playing demos in the background for a while, and that it's so close to at least being announced. And still, 2 years in a row, they were like, "Oh yeah, they'll announce it," and no announcement. So it's like I gotta wait probably until like next November or something like that before it comes out at best. But the only two other things I remember hearing rumors earlier in the year about, what was it, Crytek, the same ones that did Rise. They have another game, I think it's like Hunt Showdown or something like that. It's kind of like a PvP, like a.
Oh, you talking about Hunter? Something like that. It's about hunting monsters or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Is that co-op game? That
Yeah.
co-op game where it's like four characters and you guys.
Yeah, but people
I
could
don't.
jump in on your shit and fuck up your game, though.
Right.
It's weird.
Well, I remember hearing that Microsoft was working with them for another game. They have a deal with them, or some sort of game is signed. Everybody kind of blew off that it was going to be Rise because it seems like we're never going to get, a Rise 2. But when I heard that they were working
right
on
back,
it,
guys.
I automatically assumed maybe they'll announce Hunt Showdowns or whatever Hunter Showdown is coming to Xbox. And no announcement, nothing from Crytek mentioned on their stage. I guess they might mention something at
Gamescom.
Gamescom, but I thought that was a little weird. And then like a month before the show, what's his name? Mikey Bauer was mentioning, hey, we remember him, and they showed like a thing of the guy from Rise, but. That was kind of a disappointment, not a huge disappointment because there were so many other things that kind of make up for that. But I was kind of wondering what was in the works that just didn't get mentioned. And then the last thing was we've been hearing for a while that Microsoft is working with Sega, and so far the only things we've really seen have been a lot of the 360 games becoming back compat, which is fine, but I was under the impression that they would be working on like either
a new IP.
A new IP or bringing back an older IP and just having it as an exclusive on Xbox. That was, I thought, the rumor with them working or signing some deals when what's his name, Phil Spencer showed pictures of that he was over at the Sega headquarters, and then the Sega did the same thing on their Twitter when they came over to Microsoft. So it's
honestly. I think that, because I've heard some of that, but I think it came down to, remember how Devil May Cry was supposed to come to PlayStation?
Yeah.
I think that was basically that move. Phil probably went to them like, hey, the fuck? Bring it over. No, like, seriously, I think that was that. Now, there's still a rumor that they might be working on Panzer the Dragoon.
Take it with
yes, take it with a huge grain of salt. But that was part of the. In other words, it wasn't just to bring that Sonic game, to backwards compatibility. I think a big chunk of those meeting was that it was heavily rumored or heavily considered that Devil May Cry wasn't going to come to the Xbox for whatever reason. Yeah. For no reason at all, because Sony wasn't paying for it. So I think that was part of the big move, because Phil probably said, hey guys, bring this shit over. What the hell? And let alone they let them show it on their stage.
Yeah, that's true. That's
but
true.
I'm with you on that. I would like to see any, but then again, a lot of shit is going on, and Phil, he did a lot more trips to Japan that he let on. You know what I mean? So
when he was over there, because there was a couple times on Twitter where we saw he was visiting. I think even Aaron went over there a couple times throughout this last few months. So we saw that they were actually going over there, and we didn't know really what was going on. So we know that the relationship, they were reaching out, because this is one of the things we went through this phase, I'd say about a year and a half ago, where JRPGs and these Japanese-centric games were the thing. I think it was right around the time, what's that fucking game that Platinum Games was working on got canceled? Scalebound got canceled. Everybody's like, oh my God, they needed that because they don't have any of those kind of games. And I think that what Microsoft is really doing in that particular form is just reaching out to different developers. I think they still want to have some kind of contact with Japan. They still want to, and I still think that they got good relationships with a lot of the developers. I just think it's a matter of, it almost feels like it's a matter of, does it make any sense to put our game here? Because I think it's more so. I think Phil doesn't I think he doesn't mind. I think he's okay with their games being there. Just that, do they feel like they need to be there? Just because
I think is the cultural difference, which unfortunately, which is stupid, because it's like, don't you want to make any money? They have the manpower. There's no reason for the games not to. If they make it for PC, dude, there's no fucking reason why it shouldn't be on Xbox. True. Seriously. It's the same architecture. Yeah. Same code. That's a good point. That's when I get annoyed, because okay, so it's coming to PC, why not Xbox?
Yeah. No, it's And just the reason I brought that up is really just because I saw you saw the fruits of Phil's labor at E3. You
Yeah,
saw what he came back with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, tons of support from a lot of overseas, Japanese, European developers on these games. I mean, and I think that's showing something that hey, we got a lot more support out here in these streets than you guys realize. You know, we're working behind the scenes to
exactly.
get this thing back to where it needs to be. So kudos to Phil for that. But I think one big one that you guys both missed, and I'm surprised neither one of you mentioned it. It was kind of hinted more so. So it sounds like we know what's going on, but I just would have liked to see anything would have been Fable.
Yeah.
It was implied 2 or 3 times during the damn show about when he first
Yes.
started talking about Playground Games, and he said, you know, we acquired them, and then they're also working on something else, and it was also applied towards I think the end of the show. He said something else about it, but
Yeah.
for the most part, he pretty much confirmed that they're doing something else. And for a long time, there's been reports that they've handed that IP off to Playground Games. I don't know if it was Scalebound, not Scalebound, but the Fable. God, what was the damn free to play game that they were gonna do? Lionhead was gonna do before they got shut down.
Oh,
Fable Legends,
yeah.
and
No, it's
I
not
don't know.
gonna. It's not
Yeah,
gonna.
I don't think it would be something like that. I think it's gonna be more tried and true Fable. But I would have loved to see at least a fucking screen pop, just a quick 4 and the fucking I
I
don't know Fable in the background.
I
Some
think the
weird.
Fable. I think the Fable announcement became just a tragedy of scheduling and time. The thing is, what would you announce if you're Microsoft? Would you show that Halo trailer, or would you just show a splash screen of Fable? Halo, again, people tend to forget Halo is still the king of shooters. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
No other game, very few games get the reaction that that Halo trailer got.
True,
I don't care
true.
if you hate I don't care if you hate Microsoft, if you never play Halo. Very few games get that type of reaction from, and I'm talking about the gaming community in general, not the assholes on Twitter or the YouTube divas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like real the gaming, like very few. So the thing is, I think Fable, since more than likely they don't have anything to show, they're probably gonna save that shit for next year, and that's good. They just got to reload for next year.
Yeah.
We all know they're working on fucking Fable. That is like the worst kept secret. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So honestly, I'm okay because they showed Gears and Halo.
That's true.
That's the
That's
only
true.
reason.
Here-
Now, if
that-
they wouldn't have shown one of those two, I would like, okay, what the fuck's Fable?
Yeah.
So
That's
I
true.
think, yeah. So I think they had that was just a casualty. I was like, okay, guys, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So
I
I
just
think
think
that's what
that
it came down to.
that because it was implied leading up to E3,
Well,
so much and so often,
but
but
not by Microsoft.
not by
That's
Microsoft, not
that's the
officially.
thing. Yeah, that's
That
the
that's
thing.
that not officially. Yeah, I just think that man, I just godly see
You know what I
this
mean?
is one
That's
of
the thing. You
this is
get
one of those pie in the sky situations. So
yeah,
my emotions are also in this pick too. So it's
dude.
not just
Yeah.
logic. My emotions are part of this pick too. So god damn it though.
No,
I
I
just
would have
wish
loved to
this.
myself, but it's one
Yeah.
of those things. But that Halo trailer, dude. Oh my god, that shit gave me goosebumps.
No, it was phenomenal. It was great. It was great. I knew it was
So
Halo right away. Well, after the rhinos, when I saw the people walking through the circles, I'm like, oh, that's Halo. Like I saw their armor, I'm like, oh yeah, that's ODST, that's Halo, that's
yeah,
Marine, that's
and
UNSC right there.
yep,
So
and they got
um,
the when they had that theme song.
oh
It's
yeah,
just
oh
again
yeah, Marty
very few.
O'Donnell.
Yeah, very few games will get the gaming community to react the way that Halo does. Again, and this is excluding the fanboys on Twitter and the assholes on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you know who you are, you assholes.
So what about you, Fuzz? I know you kind of I mean you see I know you said so what do you think about the Fable thing?
I think it's one of those they wanted to kind of save that until they get a little bit closer to have something more to show. I'm under the impression, even though I think Playground has enough staff to kind of like break off and to do Horizon 4 and then Fable, I think they wanted to kind of save that one to make sure it's going to be a fleshed out playable demo before they show it. I don't think they wanted to do like a CGI trailer type of deal just yet.
Which personally I appreciate that. I don't get excited for. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good to see that they're working on it, but I'd rather see some like an in-game trailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to add to Fuzzy, I don't know I think Fuzzy's a big Forza guy. I don't know if he is or not. I know you, Blam, you're on and off, but I don't know if you notice, if you've been paying attention. They're not working on Forza 8 Motorsport. You notice that, right? And they're
Who's
making
Turn 10's not?
yeah, Turn 10, and they're making this Forza Horizon almost basically. I'm not gonna say
Wait. Time.
Mhm.
Hold on. You lost me. Wait.
Yeah.
Turn 10's not doing the Forza 8.
Well,
not yet. Not for a couple of years. For like their normal was a 2-year turnaround.
Right.
I think they're saying at least a 3-year, maybe a 4-year turnaround this go round.
Yep. So they're which is a good thing if you think about it, because a lot of times I feel like I don't spend enough time with the Forzas because I know there's a new one coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what they're doing, they're doubling down on the content.
They're pulling the Ubisoft.
Pretty much, which is great. I think so, especially because the Forza RC stuff, that's just taking off, like the competitive stuff.
Yeah.
So they're focusing on all that shit. And if you look at Forza Horizon, that game, from the design standpoint, the way they're doing it with the seasons, that's meant to have legs, dude.
Yeah.
So
and then the Forzathon too, that shit, that in-game shit, that in-world shit, all of that Forzathon stuff that can happen in game that's like global is crazy.
Yeah.
Insane,
So
bro.
basically,
all of that shit.
If that's any indication, that's for them to free up room in the roster to insert new shit in.
Well, you got to think about it too. 2 years, we're talking new consoles, probably.
That too, which I hope not. I hope it takes 3.
You hoping 3? You thinking 3, or you just hoping that?
I'm hoping because I can barely keep up with my games now, dog. I don't need to be buying a new system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would love to. You know, all I'm thinking is next year I'm gonna play Gears. That's all I give a fuck about. Halo, more than likely we're gonna see gameplay next year. Cyberpunk, that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's another one.
Makes me sad, but I don't think that one's not gonna be till probably 2020, if that.
You think so? I mean, they've had. Yeah, I mean, I could. Wait, what is it? 2018. Not. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Because look, if apparently whatever they showed behind doors blew everybody's minds off, but it was on a PC. Right. It was on a PC, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're planning to be on the current consoles." So it's like, wait a minute, how far? You know what I mean? So who knows?
True. So you're saying
they'll probably wind up releasing Cyberpunk at the tail end of this current generation and at the launch of the new one. So
they're pulling the GTA, like Grand Theft Auto.
Pretty much, and they'll double dip on that fucker.
Yeah, between the generations. Yeah, that's true. Because we're not getting another GTA till probably, I don't know, 2035.
GTA, yeah, they don't need to.
They don't need to. They don't need to at all. Yeah, but I know that when are we any projection on when you guys think when Cyberpunk is dropping? Fall, spring, summer?
Fall. The projects, they like to release their games in fall.
That's when Witcher came out, right? Fall also?
Yeah. All their Witcher games, I think, came out in the fall, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, dude, that's not going to be for a while, Cyberpunk.
You think so, too? Fuzzy, fall?
I'm dreaming or hoping that it's a little earlier, but I remember hearing stories before that they started from scratch like less than a year ago. Like I think they had it something like 80 or 90% done, but it was based on the Witcher engine, and something about it wasn't working for what they wanted, so they decided to scrap it and start it all over.
That's fucking hardcore.
Yeah, and they've, I'm pretty sure they have about a year and a half, maybe 2 years into it now, but it's probably going to be a 4-year overall development cycle. So yeah, I think Jarhead's right with the 2020, but fingers crossed 2019. I would love to see it in 2019.
Oh, dude, I hope I'm wrong. Trust me, I'll be all over that game. But that's one of those companies like Rockstar.
They just kind of they take your time.
Take your time. There's no rush.
But that's the same thing. Elder Scrolls, we probably won't see that till goddamn 2021, 22. Like we won't even see that game. Yeah, so we got these juggernauts, man. And that was crazy how nobody's really talked about that. How these games are coming out, these massive games that we've been waiting on, And these games are more than likely going to signalize either the end and the beginning simultaneously of the generation.
Yeah.
Like the Elder Scrolls, fucking GTA. Whenever we get that, which who the fuck knows when they're going to do that? But I just hope nothing puts their game within 6 months of GTA when it comes out. Don't even bother.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't even. Yeah, you want to talk about being overshadowed?
Nah, you get destroyed, dude.
Yeah, you get nothing. There's no other game you can put with Grand Theft Auto. I don't even know if you put Elder Scrolls next to. You think that would sell next to GTA?
I think they both would do well. It's just a matter of you would probably still sell more of GTA because people will wind up getting banned and then having to buy a new copy or something.
Yeah,
but I think those two games could do well because the person that likes both games is going to probably alternate, week to week type of thing.
Yeah,
but you're going to have a lot of, I guess, the younger.
And those are what I call bookend games. Those are games you lean on all year. Those aren't games you. Okay, I'm playing this for the next 3 months, and we're moving on to the next because the new games are coming out in fall. I'm playing this from June or when it comes out, September, October, all the way through probably September, October.
Man, that's a way of life, man. The way that those games are.
It's a commitment. I'm taking time out of my schedule for this. It's an arrangement. You know what I'm saying? So those are games, and very few games have that kind of pull. I want to say, are those? I mean, they're multiplayer, so they're bigger, but those games have probably bigger pulls than even a Halo, maybe, right? Like a overall grand scheme of things, maybe. No, yeah, no.
It's a weird thing because I know on Xbox, it's that multiplayer for Halo right now. It still has legs, and it's not going anywhere until was it Infinite comes out probably.
Yeah,
and even after Infinite comes out, you'll probably still have a good bit of people playing Halo 5 multiplayer still. But
yeah,
with Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, I think only because it's on so many different platforms.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why it does so well. But it's like you have the dedicated PC crowd that's going to mod the game or have modded versions of it and play it. And then you'll have either PlayStation or Xbox guys that are going to play it, and they'll probably grind for a while. And then you'll have those that will play it for like a couple of months, stop for a bit, and then come back to it and grind some more. There'll be an update, and they'll come back to it. But it's weird. Like those games, Halo is definitely up there as far as like on the Xbox side of things, as far as people returning back to that and playing it and over, or at least touching it a couple of times a week type of thing. Mm-hmm. But there aren't many other games out there like that. But Halo definitely fits that bill.
I agree.
I think the earlier Call of Duty seem to do that still.
Yeah.
Newer ones, it's like almost like after about 6 months, if you've already leveled up, you got prestige and stuff like that, then it's like, all right, well, now for Battlefield or now.
Oh yeah, I remember being there. I remember working at Circle K when fucking Modern Warfare 2 came out.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't know. Actually, that was before I worked at Circle K. I lied. That was actually I was working at the newspaper. And when Modern Warfare, I mean, we're talking people. We're all trying to get off work at the same time and go stand in line to buy it. Like we're calling all our buddies like, hey, you guys in line already? We're getting off work at like midnight. Trying to get to the fucking GameStop to get in line. Like, yeah, Duty's not like that anymore for the most part. I mean, it still has a pretty good following, but yeah, Call of Duty back then, that was a event. Was an event. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap everything up. If you guys, I don't think anybody had any questions in the chat or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap everything up, man. We've been on for a nice hour. First of all, I just want to say thank you for everybody watching live. Everybody came out and showed love and support for the channel, man. We're doing this podcasting the right way. Okay, we're doing this podcasting the right way with these two gentlemen I have on now. We were gonna have a guest on this week, but he got a little busy, which is fine. We'll be hitting him up next week. He should be on. So you guys stay tuned for the podcast next week. I will be revealing probably by Wednesday of next week who it's going to be. He's been on the show before, so I'm going to give you a hint. He's been on the show before, but always pleasure to have him on. So I'm going to let these two gentlemen here let you guys know where they can find him. So we're going to start with you, Fuzzy. Where can everybody find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter on Xbox Live or PSN, mainly Xbox Live. I be honest, I probably haven't turned my PlayStation on in like 4 months now, but yeah, it's Fuzzy Belvedere everywhere except on PlayStation. It's Fuzzy_Belvedere, and yeah, you'll usually find me online playing a wide variety of Forza games or open world games.
All right, for sure, for sure. It's on you, Jar. Where can everybody find you, brother?
You can find me on Xbox Live, Jarhead 2001. That's pretty much where I game mostly. Like I said, I got a Switch, but I don't play online, not yet. But yeah, mainly Xbox. I haven't gotten a PlayStation yet. And on Twitter, Jarhead 2001. Again, always, I don't mind talking games. I believe it or not, I know I curse on here, but I'm a real nice guy. I just like to talk games and sports. Unless you talk shit about my Steelers, that's a whole different. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. Sorry.
All right, nah, you good, you good. So yeah, it's your boy PTK Blam, the host with the most. And so thank you guys for coming out. You can catch me, PTK Blam, on Xbox, PTK Blam here on Twitter. Catch us here on YouTube too. It's also PTK Blam, pretty much across the board, guys. I love doing this podcast thing. So thank you guys for coming out, showing support. Please don't forget, before you leave, hit the like button, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here. And if you brought a friend, let them know, hey, let a friend to tell a friend, let them know too. Come holler at your boy, man, if you guys want to talk this video game thing. So we're going to head on out. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of it. We're out of here. Peace out. Take it easy.
Later.
Peace.